Hey guys, Rusty Messer with Big River Trial Attorneys in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We fight for the injured and the accused. Today, I would like to talk to you about wrongful death claims and the claims that you may have if you have lost a loved one in an accident. Let me start off by saying, if you have lost a loved one in an accident, I am sorry for your loss. It's a very difficult time. Hopefully this video will help you understand some of the rights that you have. There are a couple of different types of claims that come up. One is called a wrongful death claim. Now, this is your claim for the loss you've experienced because of the death of your loved one. And this claim has to be brought in a certain order. There's a certain order of people who can bring this claim. First would be the spouse and the children. So if the person was married and had children, the spouse and the children all have a claim. Next would be the person's parents. And this would be if the person was not married or did not have children, then the person's parents have that right to bring the claim. And I understand if you're a parent and you've lost your loved one, it can be very difficult to hear that you don't have a claim because he or she was married. But unfortunately, that is the order that the law sets the claims in. Next would be the person's siblings, then the grandparents. So all of these claims, the right to bring all of these claims passes in that order. So the next type of claim is what's called a survival action. And this is the deceased person's claim for the pain and suffering that they experienced prior to passing away. So let's say the person was in an auto accident, went to the hospital, and 5 or 6 hours later, they died in the hospital. So during that 5 or 6 hours, the person experienced pain and suffering and has a right to bring that claim. That right is inherited by the same list of people that we just talked about. So first, we have the spouse and the children. Second would be the parents, then the siblings, then the grandparents, in that order. Another type of claim that comes up, and it's tied to the wrongful death claim, is what's called a loss of future earnings. So let's say a husband passes away and that husband was earning $50,000 a year and was going to work for the next 30 years. Well, his family now has suffered a significant loss of future earning. These type of claims typically have to be proven not only with wage records, but also with an expert to talk about what the earnings would have been and to establish that they likely would have increased, because if the person was making $50,000 today, he was probably going to make more 10 years from now. It's also very important to understand in the wrongful death claims that each person's claim is unique. The claim is based on the loss that that person experienced. So if someone died and they had two children, one who was 25 and living 3 states over, and one who was 17 and lived in the house and saw that person every day, each of those will be entitled to recover different amounts. And the amount that the spouse will recover is also going to be different. So for all of these claims, there is a limited time to bring them. The time is 1 year, but it varies depending on which claim you're bringing. So let's say a person is in an auto accident on January 15th, but dies on January 30th. So there would be 1 year from January 15th to bring the survival action, which is that person's claim, but then until January 30th to bring the wrongful death claim, which is your claim for the loss of your loved one, because your claim did not arise until that person passed away. If you've lost a loved one in an accident, let me again say how sorry I am for your loss. And if you would like to speak to someone about what rights you might have, give us a call for a confidential, no-cost consultation.